All right, it's 90.3 KEXP here in Seattle, and in studio with us is Kishi Bashi on tour right now. Thank you for being here in Seattle.
Thanks. Thanks for having us.
And you're not on your own this time. Why don't you introduce the band members you've got?
I've got Mike Savino from Tall Tall Trees and Elizabeth and the Catapult here. I've uprooted them from their various solo careers.
All right, Mike and Elizabeth, thanks for being here. If you're ready for a couple of songs, that'd be wonderful.
Sure. The first one's called Bright Whites.
Full of ice and a naked little cow. Fear to feed my disease, my disease. And if you're to smile at me, I could cry by night. Oh, after you said that you like Big Red, I opened up my mind and skipped a beat, skipped a beat. Cufflinks and hands in wrong places and faces and creepy little movies made me weak, made me weak, made me weak. And if you're to fight my eyes from heaven, what is mine is yours to give. Well, you know I'll have to see. For the stars align, we could have solved the mystery. It's a partial fantasy. We're living in a land that went astray from history. Prehistory. Prehistory. You and me at the edge of the bed, looking at the faded pictures, you to see, me to see. Murder and colonies lying without rivers, reaching in the middle of some sad destiny, destiny. And if you're to fight my eyes forever, safety's in your fight forever. Well, you know I'll have to see. If all the stars align, we could have solved the mystery. It's a partial fantasy. We're living in a land that went astray from history. Prehistory. Prehistory. Yeah. やめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられないどうせダメだけどやめられない
The next song is entitled Wonder Woman, Wonder Me. Featuring the illustrious keyboard stylings of Zim Zim. Take it away.
When candy was a remedy, we'd make it up, we destroy ourselves in the yard, the yard. I held you in a wooden place, I was hungry then, it was hours before it went dark, went dark. Oh, Wonder Woman, wonder me, you bewitched me with your golden blue from the start, the start. King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado, King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado, King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado. Pluto was demoted, I felt a sigh of relief. I never knew why. Like all things in the quickening, we share the fallen few. There can be only one. King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado, King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado, King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado. When at night I'd find the silent space where I'd gouge my heart for you, where dreams dwell safe is now a dangerous place, where idle thoughts when memories overtaken by the desire to throw them away and into the sky, into the sky. Bound by the Newtonian, he said what must go up must always go down, go down. King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado, King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado, King Kong Kong Kong, Kane Kanado.
Here at 90.3 KEXP, you're listening to live music from Kishi Bashi on tour right now Thank you so much again for being here. That sounded wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for having
And
me.
should I say welcome home? You were born here in Seattle.
I was born here in the 70s, but I don't really remember too much.
At what age did you move away?
1980. I think there's a huge snowstorm. I think I remember Mount St. Helens exploding. So that must
That'd be 1980.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
think that's when I left.
Then you decided I got to get out of here, or your parents decided you had to get out of here.
Something like that.
Run for the hills.
All right, and then you moved to the East Coast in Virginia and grew up there, right?
Yeah, I lived in upstate New York for a little bit too, and then
Yeah.
ultimately Virginia.
All right. Well, thanks for being back here on KEXP. You were last on air with us in the fall at CMJ
Yeah.
performance. That was a dazzling performance.
Oh, thanks.
And James Mercer of the Shins called. He just wanted you to go out on tour as the band The Shins after that.
Oh, as
can-
the Shins?
Yeah. People can watch the video of that to know what I'm talking
Maybe
about.
maybe nobody will notice.
All right. The music you just performed right there was from your album that came out this past year, 151A. But if you could tell us a little bit about where that phrase comes from in Japanese.
151A could also be read as Ichigo Ichie, which means one time, one meeting, and it's a Japanese performance aesthetic.
Yeah. And this is your album from this past year, and 2012 was quite an amazing year for you.
It was. I don't think anybody knew who I was around South by Southwest time, and that was a few months ago. So.
Yeah. And then the first song you performed, Bright Whites, was picked up with Microsoft, I believe it was.
Yeah, Seattle's own Microsoft.
That's a kind of amazing how things kind of come around in circle that way.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, talk about your you started playing violin, correct? Is that the first instrument you?
Maybe I played piano before that, but violin was the one I kind of dedicated a lot of my childhood.
Yeah, so
memories, good and bad.
Learning music in a classical sense, and then as the years go on, kind of merging that with pop sounds and kind of coming up with all this.
I think that's the easy answer to my upbringing. But I had a lot of classical upbringing, and then I got into a lot of improvisation, jazz actually, and that's where I met space banjo guy through our jazz stylings.
Yeah.
And now we
Played
just
some
play.
fusion.
Yeah, we used to be in a fusion band, and now we just do simple
songs. Yeah.
orc pop
Orc pop.
with banjo and drums
There's a strong structure there, but there's certainly a lot of room.
for improvisation.
Improvisation,
yeah, absolutely,
yeah. That's the amazing part of all of it. When did you first started developing doing the looping?
probably like a year and a half ago, maybe. I think it's when I really started it, like depending on it, for a show.
Was there any performance or anybody in particular that you saw that kind of inspired that?
Actually, my friend Reggie Watts, who's this incredible performer,
Somebody else from Seattle.
is he from? Oh yeah, he is from Seattle. I didn't really realize that, but he would show up. I think I was on tour. He was opening. I was with Regina Spektor, and he was opening up, and he just showed up with a suitcase and his little, loop thing, and it was like dazzling audiences, with it. And I was like, oh, this is one way to do it, So it kind of inspired me. I was like, oh, it like kind of really forced me to make a small set.
He actually used that here in this room many years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because many years ago, I saw first person that I saw do that kind of a thing was Robert Fripp with guitar and tape loops.
Oh, yeah.
And
Robert Fripp, yeah.
and dating myself.
No,
and
that was
but
so
anyway, to see somebody with violin and all the effects that you've got is pretty cool because it doesn't go totally crazy. You still have the melody and the song structure there, which sounds like it's pretty important for you to keep that.
Sure. I mean, it's something I struggle with all the time. Just making sure that I don't go too crazy, so people can still hear the song in it. But
Yeah.
it's a live show, so who knows what can happen.
Keeps it fun, but keeps the song there too.
Yeah.
All right. You're on tour right now with for this album, and how much further ahead in 2013 plans performing with other people that you've worked with before?
I don't know. I mean, I think I might come back to another tour. I'm going to start working on my new album, in the summer, so I'm really excited about that. Actually, really excited. Any
writing of that so far?
In my head, in theory. I'm really excited. I don't know. Maybe I'll get really depressed when I actually sit down to write it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. If you're ready for a couple of more songs?
Sure. Okay, we'll do, this is called Atticus in the Desert in Seattle. Atticus in the Desert in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, in the desert we try to love like they do in movies, face to face, end of story. As twins we created an era, two souls in prime Sahara, swallowed by sand and time we play. What began as an epic ended a parched pathetic, arid and vapid like our attachments. I was in love with you, you're all I ever knew. I gave my head to you the way I used to do. It's in a better place where you decide to do. It is up to you. Like all things you feed on. Oh, in the desert, you sucked my finger. It wasn't meant to be, it was like water from leather. Oh my God, can I pay you to stop? Hey. Woohoo. So in my desert, what was the nature of your visit to my domain? Business or pleasure? Oh my God, can I pay if I drop? Hey, woohoo.
mix. That was called Atticus in the Desert. We will now proceed to do one last song. This is called It All Began with the Burst.
Kisani sasare, kisani sasare, kisani sasare, kisani sasare. Kisani sasare, kisani sasare, kisani sasare, kisani sasare. And the soldiers you love to throw me up the wall. Use your face as a mascot. And the chemicals came after, left me in a spot. Many miles from the master. One of many in the mess up. Found me there and all, making money on the Death Star. Was he war with the fast cars? Many chemicals in the eyes of the master. Kisani sasare, 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 kisani sasare. It all began with the best. Now every summer month the chemicals came after. Was it war with the fast cars? Many chemicals in the eyes of the master.
Thanks.
90.3 KEXP here in Seattle. It all began with a burst.
Maybe it wasn't a burst.
Thank you.
90.3 KEXP. That was a lot of fun. Thank you. Thanks for being here, a part of the tour. Good luck with everything. That song and all the songs you can find on the album 151A and that came out this past year. And since then, there's been some singles, a cover series of singles.
Yeah, I did a 3-part string quartet cover. I did a ELO cover and a Beirut cover and a Talking Heads cover.
Yeah. And it's on the label Joyful Noise, which kind of typifies that last song especially. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Mike, who records his Tall, Tall Trees. And thank you, Kishi Bashi. And thanks to our engineer, Kevin. It's 90.3 KEXP, Seattle.
Thank you.